all of his co-workers were gone,
Wait, es gibt für den
what could it
Bucket, oder?
mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Warmth spread through Stanley's arms. With the bucket in his arms again, he was home. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Hieß ja, dass das Spiel irgendwie mich verhindern. Ich weiß nicht, ob der Ablauf
This was
jetzt
not the
geht.
correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be.
Es ist
And
halt
here it
einfach the
was.
place
Had
to
the bucket
be.
turned out to be correct? No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back, and so the two of them detoured through the maintenance section and walked straight ahead to the opposite door.
So gut, dann probieren wir mal
Oh, good
das Bucket
Stanley.
zerstören.
I'm glad
I
you found
guess.
your way here. I knew you'd find this place eventually. You see, your friends and I are concerned for you, Stanley. We've come together here because we care about you very much.
Wegen der Forschende?
It's this bucket you're carrying around everywhere. The
glaub
bucket
schon, ne?
isn't even from the original Stanley Parable. It's just sequel content. We're the ones that matter, Stanley. Classic characters from the first game, like the Adventure Line and the Broom Closet. Because that's what fans want from a sequel. They want more of their favorite jokes, not this bucket that they've never seen before. Yes, I know I'm the one who gave you the bucket, but you're spending too much time with it. Don't you want another story involving the Adventure Line? We could make the Adventure Line go somewhere new. Yes, yes. Whee! Look at that wacky line. Who knows where it'll go off to next? Oh, and it played some silly music as well.
Ja, I guess die Linie war schon da. Huh.
Now, this is what the Stanley Parable is all about. Don't you remember all those great jokes from the original dialogue? Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers. It's as classic now as it was back then. Let's do it for the fans, Stanley. Let's give them more content exactly
Für
like
euch
this.
Fans.
But if we want to do that, you're going to have to give something up. Don't you get it, Stanley? We need to get rid of the bucket. That's why I'm very proud to introduce a brand new character.
Ich da reinlaufen?
This
Oder ein
is
Bucket
the
weg oder
Bucket
sterbe ich?
Destroyer.
Ja, gib mir. Gib mir, gib
I
mir.
think it'll make a wonderful new addition to the rich lore of the Stanley Parable. True, it also was not in the original
Und ich
game, but
probiere
it's
jetzt mal
such a
Knopf.
well-fleshed-out character with so
Knopf,
much
Knopf, Knopf.
personality that to me it already feels as though it's been part of the cast all along. Don't you agree? Can you guess what the Bucket Destroyer does? Surely you don't need me to spell it out for you. Go ahead now, Stanley. Say goodbye to the bucket,
So.
and then pop it into the
Jetzt
machine
den
when
X
you're
drücken.
ready.
Ne, das ist nämlich kein Knopf, es ist einfach nur ein rotes Licht, dass das funktioniert oder I don't know.
Now listen to me. It's crucial that you give it the bucket. I don't know what the Bucket Destroyer will do if it can't destroy your bucket. Destroying buckets is all it knows. That is its singular personality trait. Sure, I can hear you saying, how does a character with only one personality trait
Ich
deserve
kann
to
den wirklich
join
nicht
the
abgeben.
pantheon of beloved Stanley Parable characters? Well, you see, if you were to really explore the Bucket Destroyer, you would see that its desire to crush buckets is so densely loaded with complexity and nuance that it's really like 10 personality traits. What other object in this game can you even say that about? The Broom Closet? Certainly not. I wonder what sort of Bucket Destroyer merchandise the fans will be clamoring for after this. Okay, the Bucket Destroyer is getting very upset now. You'll have to
Ja,
hurry
ich will
and
nur
feed it. We can't
reinschmeißen.
get back to the classic Stanley Parable characters
Really?
like the Adventure Line or the Bucket Destroyer until you crush that damn bucket. Quickly
Ich will
now,
doch
the
nur
fans are
reinschmeißen.
waiting. Do it, the fans, Stanley. Give the fans what they want.
Nein! Ah, weiß.
The Bucket Destroyer, my prized creation. You had so much potential. We were going to do such marvelous things with you, tell such spellbinding stories about you. All of it squandered now. Goodbye, new friend. For the moment in time that you were here, you were magnificent.
Also, der hat nicht funktioniert, ne? Würde ich nur mal so sagen. Ich wollte ihn hier reinschmeißen, den Bucket, aber der wollte ihn nicht annehmen. Vergesse, ich nehme einfach den Bucket nicht mehr.
All of his co-workers were... Wait, no. This isn't the right office, is it? Is this Stanley's office?
Ah. Ich habe es gar nicht angeschaut. So eine Scheiße. Muss ich immer so schnell sein, ich Arschloch. Okay. Ah. Yes.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Das ist einfach nur ein Bug. Und da regnet es rein. Also, was? Das Fenster. Was war denn rechts? War da rechts noch irgendwas? Da war noch weiter weg.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. The lounge was grand, majestic, perhaps too majestic. Like a combination of a much smaller version and a much larger version of this exact room. It all made Stanley uncomfortable, and he started to bleed a little. This made him smile. At last.
Also, war das jetzt... Ah? War das jetzt gewollt?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Ist doch der
Stanley
Ablauf von
decided to
dem...
go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Das war gemeint mit, das Spiel lässt mich nicht abschließen, gell? Irgendwas, wenn ich hier... Ah, kann ich eingeben. Yay.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. And here it was, the lounge. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on
War das
his
jetzt
left.
wirklich gewollt oder nicht gewollt? Oder bin ich da irgendwie zwischen Tür und den und dann runter und dann... Ah, und dann... Puh. Oder nicht so?
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
So. Da am Ende gab es, glaube ich, noch einen Weg, gell?
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story
Nein!
is
Okay, ich
in
bin
his
Idiot.
eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do. Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
Die Physik in dem Spiel ist
All of his co-workers
unrealistisch.
were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Habe ich jetzt den Ablauf vom Spiel kaputt gemacht? Habe ich das Spiel jetzt kaputt gemacht?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors,
Nope.
this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. It was okay.
It was okay. Was? Also war das jetzt...
But eager to get back to business,
Oh.
Stanley took the first open door on his
Ich
left.
glaube, es war sogar gewollt irgendwie.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you... What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something
So,
beautiful.
hier gegen Ende war da noch
Let
irgendein
me
Weg.
prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance. Now listen, another miniature Stanley figurine. This, you know, there really must be a snappier name for these things. What about mini stands? Stanley figs? What about Stanlerines? Yes, I think I like that. Another Stanlerine under your belt.
Ah ja. Welche soll ich nehmen?
Oh, thank God you are willing to listen to me. Do you see that I really have wanted you to be happy all this time? The problem is all these choices. The two of us always trying to get somewhere that isn't here. Running and running and running, just the way you're doing right now. Don't you see that it's killing us, Stanley? I wanted to stop. We would both be so much happier if we just stopped. And I think...
Dann stopp doch.
I think I have a solution. Here, let me show you. What do we want? What are we looking for? Here. Yes. Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it? If we just stay right here, right in this moment with this place...
Nope.
Stanley... No, wait. Where are you going?
Ist da irgendwas?
Right. Where were we?
Schaut schon schnieke aus. Meine Augen tun zum Glück noch nicht weh. Okay. Das hier sind die verschiedenen Corona-Varianten. Wie man sieht, gibt es sehr viele. Aber irgendwann sind auch diese weg, ja. Und dann kommen die Aliens und vernichten uns. Okay. Okay. Man nennt mich auch Hoffnungscoach.
Stay away from those stairs. If you hurt yourself, if you die, the game will reset. We'll lose all of this.
Ach ja, wenn ich einfach durch den Boden back. Passiert nicht.
Please, no, Stanley, let me stay here. Don't take this from me. Please, Stanley, think about what you're doing.
Hier habe ich das Rücklauf. Ah, sagt nichts. Ja, aber schon, dann sterbe ich halt. Tolles Landen. Das Spiel lässt mich nicht hier seitlich runter. Oder hier.
No!
Das ist legit einfach nur ein gerader Boden.
Oh, thank God you lived. No, what are you doing, Stanley? Please, I'm asking you not to take this away from me. I can't go back to what I was before. If you die, we'll both go back. Why are you doing this?
Das tut mir eigentlich voll leid.
Stanley, let's go back to the other room. Can you do that for me? Yes, perhaps you can. Perhaps you finally see what I'm talking about.
Nope.
My God, is this really how much you dislike my game? That you'll throw yourself from this platform over and over to be rid of it? You are literally willing to kill yourself to keep me from being happy. Am I reading the situation correctly?
Ich wollte sagen, er tut mir so leid, aber ich bin eh selber fast am Sterben, also gib ihm.
Or maybe you're just getting a kick out of it. I don't know anymore. I just wanted us to get along. Do you actually want to stay alive? Or are you just teasing me?
Sehr gut, ich gehe dahin.
I wanted us to be happy here, Stanley. I really did. I wish I still thought that was possible.
Ich passiert aber jetzt nichts mehr, gell? Corona hat mittlerweile die Aliens besiegt. Ich weiß nicht, ob das gut oder schlecht ist. Jetzt hier passiert gar nichts mehr. Ah. Ist hier ein Bug? I think not. Oh. So, jetzt muss ich erstmal wieder dahin. Oh mein Gott, bin ich langsam. Lauf halt mit deinen Händen, Mann. Naja, das ist wenigstens eins der sinnvollsten Treppen, die es überhaupt gibt. Stell dir vor, es gibt Treppen, die dir helfen, zur Arbeit zu kommen. Also, wo sind wir denn? Treppen sollten mir helfen, nicht zur Arbeit zu kommen.
Is it over? It's going to restart, isn't it? I'm going back.
Oh, das tut mir voll leid. Scheiße. Was habe ich gemacht? Aus geht's weiter.
Someone was following Stanley. He was sure of it. If he checked over his shoulder now, he would surely catch them. It was only a matter of time.
Was? Das Fenster ist offen, nicht das. Aha. Was erwischt er? Arschloch. Nicht, dass gleich auch eine Fensterwahnsinnige hier reinkommt. Weil auch eine Fensterwahnsinnige ist schon ein ziemlich wahnsinniger.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the
Right.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Und wie war sie?
It was okay.
Ja, I guess die war okay. Ganz kurz verletzt zu verreden. Ne, was? Hab ich kurz verlernt zu reden.
Eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Die da? Nope.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your
So, ich
enemy,
bin einfach mal da
really,
oben
I'm
hinzugehen.
I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley.
Was ist denn? Ich hab da
Someone
eine
you've
Idee.
forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for
Ich würde da
me,
sterben, da komme ich nicht
I'm
durch.
asking for her.
Oh. Habt ihr gesehen, wie es langsam unten ging? Oh, ich bin fast
This is
gestorben.
it,
Oh.
Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself, to put your work aside, to let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
Wenn nicht wieder so ein dummer Eimer kommt oder sowas, ne? Hier, jetzt fahren wir ein bisschen rum. Tut. Möchte irgendwo hin, I guess, no? Hä.
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this, to reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone.
Müssen wir nicht? Hm? I guess, es wird nichts passieren, wenn ich es nicht mache. Und noch einmal. Ah, es war so schön, komm noch einmal. Ah. Hello? Hello?